Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday morning if you're watching this live. Just popping in. I just wrapped up my Saturday morning call that I do with a group of other business owners and people that are in an Arate group that I'm in, which is just a group of people that come together. We have really amazing calls that we go through that teach us so much about being better business people, but also just being better people, right? So much of what we do in life is connected to who we are on the inside, and then that translates into what we do on the outside. So we just had our Saturday morning smaller group that we meet every Saturday morning at 6 or 7 a.m. and kind of get together and go through what are the things that are happening for us right now? What are the things that we learned from the last call when we got together? And what are the things that we're working on for the week? So when we did that, I just find so much value in it. And I really wanted to share what was kind of on my heart. I have a little girl back there that thinks she's sneaking around, but she's really not. But anyways, I'll get to it. So if you have some big dreams or some good, things that are on your heart that you want to accomplish, so many times we have this barrier between achieving them and just kind of living with them in our heart. And a lot of times we don't really know what that is or how to move ourselves to the next level. Yes, Vanessa, I am up early. I have a call every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. with a group of other business people that I just learned so much from. Anyways, on my heart to share. So good morning to you too. So they said this quote this morning and it really kind of hit me, and it was, big dreams with no work ethic is a recipe for misery. Big dreams with no work ethic is a recipe for misery. And that really hit me because so many people, for whatever reason, have dreams in their heart and they just die with them inside. Honestly, right? It's like if you think back to when you were a kid, you could dream about anything. You could be anything. You thought you could literally become a superhero. But then life kind of comes along and you start considering, hey, maybe I can't do that. Maybe that's not real. Maybe that's not something I could achieve. Maybe that's not realistic. All these things that we start to allow in our mind that create a barrier for ourselves. And so much of what we accomplish comes down to, will our mind allow us to achieve it or not? So big dreams with no work ethic equals misery. So what's the opposite of that? Big dreams with good work ethic is going to help get you there. And I hope each of you are going to get the dreams accomplished that you want to have happen. Everyone deserves that. No one deserves to settle. That's it. Life is worth more than living and dying and paying bills. You're worth more than that. So what are 5 little things I jotted down to ask yourself if you have a big dream and you want to accomplish it? Number 1, what is your dream? Like, be specific. What exactly is it that you want to accomplish? Like, not, I want to have a lot of money, right? Like, what exactly is it? How much money do you need to have to accomplish the dreams? Like, if I want a cabin at X place, well, how much is it? Look it up. Find out, what is the real estate worth? How much money are you going to need? What's the down payment? Right? I want to have a Ferrari. Okay, how much is it? How much money are you going to need to have to make that dream happen? And then backwards engineer it. Be very specific of what that dream is. Write it down and review it with yourself. Let your friends and family that are close to you know what that dream is, because there's something about speaking it too, right? Now it's like, I put it on the line. Yes, Christy. Yes, right? I put it on the line. I'm going to make this happen. What is that dream? It kind of makes it go from like, I'm crazy to think this, to, no, I'm going to make this happen. Figure out exactly what it is for you. And everyone has different levels of desire, and that's okay. But be honest with yourself. Are you paring down your dream because you think that it's not possible for you? Or are you really someone that, you know what, I just want this kind of lifestyle? I'm totally fine living in a cabin off the grid and, you know, doing that lifestyle. Or do you really want a private jet? Like, what is it that you really want? Be honest with yourself. Number 2, what is your superpower that is going to help you get it? We all have things that we are gifted with that can help us get the things that we want. So realizing what is it that is your superpower, your innate gift that can help you get it. So for me, one of my things is honestly my will of intention. Like if I decide that I'm going to do something, it happens. Like sometimes it is crazy, right? I've done a couple crazy things in my life and I'm like, it seemed like it wasn't going to happen. Or even just little things like at Mother's Day, I had it on my heart to make sure that the moms in town, especially, we had a flood in April. A lot of families were in complete wreck of a life at that point. Our business was flooded. And these moms, the last thing on their mind was to get flowers for Mother's Day. So I had it on my heart to distribute 600 bouquets of flowers. It seemed like nothing was going to work to make that happen. But at the last minute, because my will and intention was so strong, I believe that God made that happen. He said, you know what, I'm going to help you out with this because you're so determined to make it happen, right? But your will of intention is so, so valuable to making it happen. So for me, that's a superpower. For you, it might be connecting with people. It might be your empathy. It might be, you know, your ability to self-discipline yourself. But what is that? And how can you leverage that to make sure that you're getting to where you want to go? Number 3 is, what is something that you need to eliminate or change in yourself that will help you get there? So if you're identifying your superpower, what are also your barriers or your blocks? What are your blind spots that you have that are creating a barrier for you to get there? So for me, sometimes it's, you know, my morning routine. It's something that I'm continuously working on to try and be better, because I know that there's certain things I need to get done in the day. And if I can get them done before my day really starts to implode, it's going to be better off, right? So what is those things that you need to be better at? Be honest with yourself again, right? Make sure you know what that is, and then create a support system that will help you eliminate that being a barrier for yourself. Number 4, who will be impacted if you do meet the goal? And who will be impacted if you don't meet the goal? Will your parents be better off and able to live the retirement that they deserve if you meet your goal? Or will your parents be struggling and in desperation in retirement if you don't meet that goal? Will your kids be able to have the vacations that you want if you meet that goal? And if you don't meet that goal, what does that mean for your kids, right? What is the impact of you meeting the goal or not meeting the goal? Write it out. Write out a letter to yourself of both situations. If I get this goal done, this is what my life is going to look like. This is the impact it's going to make for the people that I love and care about. If I don't make this goal, this is what it looks like. This is the impact that it's going to make for the people that I love and care about, and be super, super specific. And number 5, what are you willing to sacrifice to get the goal done? We are all busy. We all have the same 24 hours. We all have the same 24 hours. It's what do you choose to do with it? If that means that you need to be honest with yourself and get Netflix off your phone, then get Netflix off your phone. If that means that you need to be honest with yourself and you need to wake up like me, I need to wake up earlier to get some of this stuff done, work to do that. If it means that you need to eliminate whatever it is, eliminate it. Go back to number 4. Who is impacted and what does it look like if you don't meet this goal? Eliminate the things that are creating distraction and sucking time away from you, because we all have the same 24 hours. The people that achieve their dreams have the same 24 hours in a day that you do. They have crises. They have things that are pulling at their time, just like you. The difference is that they control their time enough that they are able to accomplish the things that they need to do in that time. Do not allow the things around you to be an excuse. Because, like, I'm a mom, right? So they can be an excuse. Oh, I have to spend time with my kids, or my kids need me. My kids need to drive me to this thing. Or they can be something that propels me to my dream, right? My kids need me to make this happen because I honestly don't know what's happening with the economy, and I want to make sure that they are financially in a position that they can weather whatever storm is going to happen in the next 10, 20, 30 years. For me, that's a driver. I look at what's happening in the economy and I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I know that I need to position my family so that they're safe. Maybe it's something else for you, but what is it that you're willing to sacrifice to get it? You have to have a give and a take. Whatever it is that you have on your heart, it was placed there for a reason. You have a reason to make this goal happen. You deserve to make that goal happen. But you need to be clear with yourself about what it is going to take to make it actually happen. Every single person deserves to win. Every single person deserves to have a great life. You do not deserve to have a life of quiet desperation. I feel like so many people right now are living a life of quiet desperation. If we look at the numbers in our country, even before COVID, right? We had families, $400 or less, the average family was, from not meeting their monthly bills. They're living a life of quiet desperation. They think that everyone else is doing better than them and they're the only person with the problems. It is not true. So many people have a problem. It's just what they do to overcome it that separates the people that achieve their goals from the people that don't. So, in my business, I help people with money. And so I see that more than others. But, what I feel like I really do is help people differentiate with themselves. What are those goals that are really important with themselves? How can they get them? And what things do they need to do within themselves to make those things happen, right? Mindset is 90% of winning the game. So I'm always working on it. I'm always trying to get better. I'm certainly not perfect, but I work towards being better every single day. So I honestly love podcasts. I have found them to be a real lifeline through some of the things that have happened. If you follow my story, in 2016, my city almost burned down. We were evacuated. It was completely crazy. And at that time, I really started pouring into podcasts and being able to have that moment of positivity with myself. And I learned so much from it. So since then, there's been a lot of other bumps in the road still, but there's a couple podcasts that I find really valuable. So if you're starting your journey or you want to add some good stuff on to your positivity and learning, just send me a message and I'll send you a list of what are my top 5 podcasts that I really love to listen to, that I find value at, that help me to try and discern some of these things so that I can get my goals met. Vanessa, thank you so much. I'm glad that you are getting value out of today, because I really want you and everyone else to be able to achieve their goals. Life really is meant to be more than growing up, paying lots of bills and dying. So I hope these 5 tips help you guys. If you want those podcast requests, just send me a message. I'll send you my top 5, and love to hear what your goals are and how you're going to achieve them. Have a great Saturday.